Hey, everybody, I'm Jodie. Welcome to the 3994 podcast. We're hoping the community finds value in this endeavor. 39 North, 94 West are the map coordinates for our little corner of the world. We're coming to you from right here on the Savannah Square at a little establishment we like to call the space between. So why are we doing this? Well, we believe there are beautiful stories here that haven't been heard, events we could learn more about, and news happening all around us every day. The idea is to meet here, where our lives intersect and come together. So there's already been tremendous support for this podcast, and we'll tell you a little bit more about that later. For now, let's jump in. Okay, joining us today is Annette Weeks. She's one of the founding committee members on the Andrew County Foundation, but she also has her own business right here in Andrew County and is a longtime resident. Annette, welcome.
Hello, great to be here.
Thank you. I have to give you a shout out and thank you as well for all of your advice when it came to starting this and my personal business, because a lot of people don't know what I'm doing in my spare time is interviewing people from all over the world. And so I've been able to start my own business, and I've needed a lot of advice about how to do that and how to market myself and how to have an actual business plan. Because as Annette tells everyone, it's a hobby if you're not making money, right?
That is true.
When in reality, we're about doing my hobby right now.
But also going to be making some money.
Well, the idea with this podcast really has been to serve the community. Obviously, that's first and foremost. But also, like you've reminded me, it's important that I pay the people that are behind the camera and who will be editing this and who are investing their time.
And it has to be that way for longevity. And we as Andrew County are so appreciative that you're willing to do this and use your talent to help keep us informed. And we're just looking forward to it being long-term.
Well, I hope we have a good time, too.
I mean, always.
Yeah.
How's it not a good time with you?
Well, thanks. But we need to have fun and laugh. So hopefully we do enough of that as we get together all the time. So Annette, gosh, so many questions to ask you. First of all, I want to know, you grew up here.
Yes.
Your dad is how old? Would he mind
89.
89 years old.
Richard Hummer, shout out to you, 89 years old.
And the entire Hummer family. Great people. And so you've stayed. I mean, you could have very easily relocated. Why did you decide to stay?
Actually, I moved away for a few years, moved to California, had the first set of twins born out in California, and made a purposeful choice to come back to Andrew County. This is home. This is where we trust to raise our family at. So we purposely came back for here.
That's amazing. And not to get into your story right away, and I know, it is personal when you start sharing things, but there's a reason why you stayed. You had a tragedy happen in your family early on in your marriage.
Yes.
And as a mom, can you just tell us kind of an overview of what happened?
So when I was 24 years old, my husband passed away, and I had a set of twins that were 14 months old. And I lived on Main Street, Savannah, when it happened. And the community came together to support me, to get me through that really, really rough period. So I feel so appreciative and loved by Andrew County that I've always wanted to do that and give that back as I can in my way.
You just are a pillar of our community. So I know your dad is incredibly proud of how you have given back to the community. And that's the subject of today's interview. I want to talk to you about the Andrew County Foundation. I mean, why continue to invest your time and talent in this way?
So I have purposely chosen to give back to Andrew County in the way I can. And first of all, that started with Leadership Savannah. So with Leadership Savannah, we're celebrating 10 years on that. So we're excited as the committee that we are doing that. And so as one of the things that came out of a project with Leadership Savannah was there was no foundation for all of Andrew County. We have individual churches and schools, foundations, but there was no overarching foundation for Andrew County. And so much of our wealth as farmers pass on the farm or some of that, the wealth leaves our county. And so this was a way to be able to provide, to be able to give back to our whole county. And so by having the Andrew County Foundation now, we give a way to give back to the county, to the county that helped raise you possibly, that helped raise your children. It's a way to give back.
Okay. And I know that there actually is a matching grant sitting out there.
Yeah.
This is big news.
This is big news. So we got a matching grant. So right now for the month of September, for any money we raise up to 50,000, they're going to match it. So the committee's all in on requesting money to double that to make 100,000.
Wow, that's impressive. This grant, how did you guys go about applying for it? How did you find out about it? A lot of people don't know even how to apply for a grant or what that process looks like.
When you're in this part of doing things, you know that there's certain grants out there and you have connections to certain grants. So this one came up. It's the Patterson Foundation out of Kansas. So we were able to apply for it and they very easily gave us the money, which we're very excited about.
Wow, congratulations. So, in talking about the foundation, again, why do you think people may not be informed about it? Or you hear about it and you think, oh, that's maybe been around forever. Foundation, Andrew County, sure. But people really aren't aware of it. You said it's only been formed in the last several years.
Yeah, just the last couple years, several of us came together to form this. So, for anybody who's ever started a business or a nonprofit, it's a slow start to begin with. And it's a lot of groundwork of just, you know, laying down the necessities of it and then building awareness on it. So, we're doing that now. One of the big ways we do the awareness is the Andrew County Economic Development Luncheon that we host.
Okay. And so every year, the plan probably is to get together
Yeah.
and invite the community to this luncheon. Tell us what is usually covered in something like this.
So at the luncheon, we want to talk about what Andrew County is and what are some of the relevant things before us. So it's important to know who we are so that we put our efforts towards the right thing. For example, most of us know Andrew County is what they call a bedroom community, which has many advantages and a few disadvantages to it too. Everything has a positive and a negative to it. So understanding that helps define and helps us all work together in a positive way once we realize who we are.
What is your hope for the foundation in the future?
Oh, by far. My hope is we get up to a couple $1 million and then we're able to give that back to the community. I went to a meeting recently where a lot of the nonprofits were all saying they needed money. They needed 1,500 for this. They needed 2,000 for this. If we could get this Andrew County Foundation up to that substantial, we would solve all those needs. We would be able to give that money out annually and take care of just Andrew County through it.
That's incredible. Really super incredible. Okay, so not to transition, but I have to ask, we are transitioning.
Oh,
Tell me about your business. You have a business
I do.
that's based at home. I'm sure you deal with people all over the country and the world. But tell us what your business name is and what exactly you do every day.
So my business name, so leading up to this, I've been in the business facilitating business coach world for almost 20 years. First of all, with a group called Northwest Missouri Enterprise Facilitation, and then most recently at Missouri Western State University with the Center for Entrepreneurship. So when I decided to leave that, I started my own consulting company and it's called Aspire Business Consulting. My mom's maiden name is Spire, so it came to me like at 3 o'clock in the morning of the name for it. As you know, that's how these things come. And so, yes, I business coach I've got clients in Florida and Tennessee and out in the DC area, as well as local.
So, what do you find most struggle? It's the biggest struggle when it comes to entrepreneurship and people starting.
With other people starting their,
Mhm.
mainly that they can define it in a strategic way. Because most people, when they start their businesses, are high adrenaline rush and it's very, very emotional. So, working with someone, and we have a free resource right here for businesses, Northwest Missouri Enterprise Facilitation in Andrew County. Shout out to them. That's a free resource. So, working with someone like that can help you put the plan in place to think long term and just help make it practical when everything's so emotional.
Okay, so talk to us about that organization and Adam.
Yes.
because I didn't even know it existed. And I have my own business and it's just a startup um, in my spare time. And so tell me about how he can be a resource for me as a small business owner who's just starting out.
So he's a business facilitator, and that's actually what I did for my first 10 years. I was that role before I went to the university. So, but he will help you come up with a plan. He's just there as a sounding board on anything you need. And give credit to our Andrew County commissioners and City of Savannah. They help fund that organization. So that's why it's a free resource to you. But yes, that's what he's there for.
It's actually incredible because when you start your own business, and a lot of people in the county have small
Yeah.
businesses. So when you do that, to know that there's a free resource locally, that is kind of life changing. Everything costs something when you start your own business. So it's nice to have that.
Well, and when we started Northwest Missouri Enterprise Facilitation, it was with the knowledge that people have dreams and they just don't know how to get it to come to fruition. So, this support there is to help those business dreams come to fruition to enrich people's lives and their families and our county. That's what it is.
Amazing. Well, again, shout out to you, Annette. You are, have been named one of the top people to watch in the state of Missouri. So watch out. It's coming.
Mhm.
She's been coming for a long time. So congratulations on that. I know it's not a new award, but you've been just such a resource in our community and such a resource to me. So I really appreciate you.
Absolutely.
I have to ask the fun, silly question.
Uh-oh.
So get ready. All right. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck, a duck as big as a horse, or 100 duck-sized horse?
Or 100 what?
Duck-sized.
Oh, no, I'm going for the big duck. I'm small enough. I'd go at taking them out at the knees, the one big one.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I
Who
was
knew?
raised with 4 brothers.
All right. Knew she was so buff. Bring your brother. All right. Okay. And then my other question for you is, what's the strangest nickname that
Uh, I guess several people call me Nettie in the community, and that's how if you go around, there's people that's been my friends for a long time, I'll hear a Nettie out there. So, yes.
she's not a Yeti.
Not a
She's a
Yeti.
Nettie. I love it. I love it,
Nettie.
Annette.
Yes.
Okay. What's the most small town thing that you've done?
Oh, oh,
Any back roads? Huh?
mm, no. Small town, I don't know. I'm gonna turn that into a positive. Small town, how wonderful is small town? When you even just say the word small town, I think about walking around on the square, knowing people, saying hi, just that warm, fuzzy feeling of small town. So, I don't know where that question went, but small town word alone is a warm fuzzy to me.
I love that. Annette Weeks, I am so honored that you came on. You're one of our first guests, and can't tell you what the support means to me, and I appreciate you every day. So I know we all appreciate Annette too.
Well, and I'm so proud of you for following through with this. This is a dream. You've rumbled on this for quite a while. I know through Leadership Savannah class, they've given you some encouragement and confidence to launch this. So thank you for doing this for our community and our county.
Well, and just to say about Leadership Savannah really quick, if you haven't done Leadership Savannah, you might not know what it is, but it's pretty simple. You sign up and it's an 8-month commitment. You're to be
6
there.
months.
Sorry, 6 months. You're to be there every month. So you just clear your schedule and you meet in places like this, or you meet at places around the community where you learn. Like you learn about the ambulance district, you learn about what goes on at the courthouse, you learn about what happens in the county at Schweitzer Farms. Um, Really kind of a life-changing experience for me. I dreaded it. Annette asked me to do it
Yeah.
several years in a row and just really honored to have done it. And yeah, this idea came out of Leadership Savannah. So what we're, trying to do is there a problem? What are we lacking in Andrew County and how can we solve it? And when people talked about just a place where we could have conversations, maybe sometimes competing views, talk about events and all of the things, there was a void. And they always looked to me and I was like, what do you want me to do
Yeah.
about it? And so there was a fire kind of, like I say, in my belly that was kind of burning or rumbling, whatever you want to say. I wasn't hungry, but and I knew I needed to do something. I just didn't know what that was going to look like or how much work it was going to be. But I really want to give credit to Leadership Savannah and how it had inspired me. And I know that it inspired the foundation. It has inspired new fervor in local businesses. And so thank you for having the courage to start it.
Yeah. It's been wonderful to be part of, and celebrating 10 years has been amazing.
I think one of the things too that we forget about Leadership Savannah, and maybe that's been the most important to me, is I could walk into the courthouse and see how much those people cared.
Mm.
And then I could go to Schweitzer's Orchard and hear how much they care about the community and how they're trying to make a farm, successful while also giving back to the community. And so why I was inspired to do something like this was because everyone that we visited and everybody that was in the room at Leadership Savannah really had a desire to serve.
Mm.
And that is inspiring.
Thank you. That is one of the primary goals when we started Leadership Savannah, is just get to know the people and know who to go to, so that when you have a concern or an idea, go to them directly. And so the networking, the understanding of the happenings of Andrew County was a primary goal.
Well, and one of the things that people don't understand is when you go to someone after you've met them and heard them speak about their love for Andrew County, the support is phenomenal. Like, I was bold enough to go to my sponsors and say, guys, we need this. Are you willing to support this blindly before we even launch an episode? And I couldn't believe the amount of support. So it gave me the confidence to do something and the confidence to ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have that before. So
And that's what's wonderful. It goes back to the small town, because it goes back to the relationships and the support.
thank you. All right. Well, that's a wrap for this week. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and comment below. Like I said, the support has already been amazing. I want to thank Sweets Storage, Genus Cafe, the Bunker Club, and Greater Than Financial for believing in the 3994 with their sponsorship before we even recorded an episode. If you're interested in supporting this podcast, check out the link in the show notes. There's even a place to become a follower or a Patreon. So until next time, thanks for joining us.